And you are live.
Okay, this is House Education, about to dive into, for the final time perhaps, H209 on March 14th, 2025. Katie, would you join us at the table? Although I'm really not sure how much there is here for you to do.
I was wondering, do I even join Zoom or do I just listen?
All right, so committee, we're moving toward a vote. Does anybody have any questions for legislative council while available? Is everybody feeling ready for the vote on this bill?
No,
Wow.
I need to reread.
Should we-
Are you
Or
ready?
somebody to walk
I know
through
the
it.
choices are.
I need,
You need to walk through?
I do, I would love that.
Okay,
Do you have time for that?
sure.
Okay.
We just have the fate of education waiting while we go through it again for you.
I can talk fast. Hello, Katie McLean, Office of Legislative Counsel. Here is your amendment to H209. This is draft 2.1. If you remember, this bill amends an existing statute that pertains to epinephrine auto-injectors to allow for intranasal epinephrine. The changes that were made were the result of a school nurse coming in. So most of the changes are not to the sort of proposed purpose of the bill, but to make some changes to the existing underlying statute. Those changes in large part had to do with the school administrator not being the right person to designate who could administer epinephrine, but the school nurse. So most of the changes have to do with to accommodate that particular change. So to walk you through the changes, there's a change to who is designated personnel. You've added here a practical nurse licensed pursuant to Title 26, who has been authorized not by the school administrator, but by the school nurse to provide and administer epinephrine. Other changes in the definition, there is a new definition of school nurse. It cross-references existing AOE rules. I don't know if it's AOE rules or board rules, but existing rules that indicate who a school nurse is. So that is your definition of school nurse. And then in subsection B, you had a sentence that a healthcare professional shall issue to the school a standing order for the use of epinephrine. And the addition there is that they have to do that in consultation with the school nurse. At the bottom of page 2, the school administrator may authorize a school nurse, who in turn may authorize designated personnel. So what this does is it doesn't have the school administrator authorizing who can provide it's been a very long day, epinephrine auto-injector or intranasal epinephrine. Instead, you have the school nurse who is able to do that at the direction of the school administrator. And then page 5, this subsection F has to do with adopting policies for managing life-threatening allergies. The policy shall implement a process for school nurses, not just schools, and parents or guardians of students to develop written management plans. And then we have a change here. This referenced the student's physician, which is not a defined term in the section. The defined term is healthcare professional. So this updates physician to healthcare professional to use the defined term.
And do I remember a short conversation around why healthcare professional rather than healthcare provider?
You do, usually in statute, provider means broader than the person providing care. It means like an entity, like the practice, the hospital. And that's why the term professional is used here, not provider,
And the professional being a person.
as defined here.
Thank you.
And that's it. Those are the changes.
All right, so really this bill and amendment does two things. One, it allows the use of intranasal epinephrine as a new option. And then two, cleans up some language in existing statute So that like schools aren't authorizing because a school is an entity that a nurse is authorizing or an administrator is authorizing. And then cleans up some other areas where, to make clear that the school nurse, which is a defined term, is the appropriate person making the decisions or doing the authorizing. So it started off as just the epinephrine.
Yeah.
And then turned into a little bit of an opportunity to clean up
Yeah.
some statutory language. And Leanne, we'll talk a little about floor prep, just because there's some technical stuff here, because you're speaking to a bill and an amendment. And there's just some wording on the floor that.
Okay,
Yeah,
And-
we'll go over.
when is this going to be presented?
The TBD.
TBD, and so when are we gonna prep? Also TBD?
Yeah,
Okay.
it will probably be middle of next week.
Okay,
It couldn't be on before.
It's voted
Right.
out today, there's notice
Thursday or
on
Friday.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, are folks ready to vote?
Yes.
Let's, would somebody please move that, we,
I will move that we vote on H 209, an act relating to intranasal epinephrine in schools,
draft 2.1.
draft 2.1.
I'll second that.
All right,
Great,
sounds familiar.
great.
Okay.
Ready to call the roll?
Yes.
Rep Brady,
Yes.
Rep Brown, yes. Rep Dobrovich.
Yes.
Rep Harple,
yes.
Rep Hunter,
Yes.
Rep Long,
Yes.
Rep McCann,
Yes.
Rep Quimby,
Yes.
Rep Taylor,
Yes.
Rep Tooth,
Yes.
and Rep Conlon.
Yes.
Great. 11-0-0.
Okay, Liam, we'll wrap today. Well, actually, maybe we can do it in the next 15 minutes. We'll break and then we are due back on camera at 2:30. There's just some, process things you have to do as the reporter of the bill, which Annie will walk you through.
Okay, are we still live?
We